This shirt's worth washing.
And this is all just people's belongings that they kicked out?
This is stuff they just threw outside, you know, that belongs to people. So they shared the hall, all the apartments share the hallway bathrooms. You know, this is technically the entrance. You know?
So this used to be just like an apartment building?
Yeah. So yeah, people live in all these boards where the boards are apartments, but they're just like you know, one space, like a bed, you know, a fridge or whatever they have, or you know, a recliner or something, because they share the bathrooms. Oh, they even boarded up the bathrooms.
How old is this building?
Shit, that's a good question. I don't know how old the building is, but I know that I know people personally that have lived in here 25, 30 years.
Oh, there's still electricity.
Yeah. You know, there's just not supposed to be anyone in here. But they still got the power and stuff. My friend Susie was in one of these rooms. I think this one.
And you were telling me some stories about this place.
Yeah, no, I mean, like the last dude that got put out, he was talking about how he was taking them to court and that they weren't going to be able to put him out. And the day that I saw they boarded everything up, he was sitting outside. You know, he's handicapped, and he was sitting outside. Oh, look. He was sitting out front in his chair, like with all his stuff out there, you know, and you know, a lot of these people don't got nowhere to go. You know? Oh look, you can get this. This one's open.
Oh, wow.
I want these bottles, actually. It was all older people, and it was mostly older men. Watch the door. And then there was one older lady that actually overdosed in her apartment and died. He was arrested like three different times here. Oh, look, I found $1.
Arrested for what? Oh.
For selling drugs. I found $1 that is stuck to something and has bugs on it. But for selling drugs and stuff like that, and
Is this what that is that what this building was kind of known for?
no, he was just the guy, like the main dude. But the last time that he was arrested, they literally caught, because he usually sits outside on the steps, and that's where people would find him, you know. And they fucked around and and, you know, approached him and took, literally, like, handcuffed him. Couldn't find any of his stuff on him or around him. So they ended up reaching into his pocket and taking the keys to his apartment, to his room in here, out of his pocket. And coming in here and opening the room themselves, and found, you know, everything he had, which was a lot of stuff and a lot of weight. And but he beat the case because they didn't have a search warrant. They took the keys out of his pocket while he was in handcuffs, you know, and they let themselves into the building, or into his apartment rather, into the building and into his apartment. And they found first they found a white girl in there, a friend Taylor, who was getting high in there, and then they also found a whole lot of drugs, like his drugs, which was a lot of stuff. He was getting like Molly in the mail, like by pounds. He's always been one of the biggest dope boys, like drug dealers out here, as far as weight goes and as far as
And that's the guy upstairs?
Goes. Yeah. Like he's really well known for his drugs and stuff like that. You know, he's had people we know like Laura, you know, who else have you filmed? Laura Tattoo, you know, me, Roxy, like work for him as far as like preparing the stuff and bagging the stuff up and so on and so forth. And, you know, he's had people steal up to $12,000 from him. You know, he had a recliner with like a plate probably like, I don't know, like this wide around, like this box filled with crack. Like yeah. You know, when the police raided his apartment and arrested him, they confiscated like $68,000 that he never got back because they had to put a Nivea hold when he tried to bond out. His bond was somewhere like $70,000.
Wow. And
he had to like prove where the money was coming from to be able to bond out, even though he had the money to do it. Was
he able to do that somehow? Like figure out?
No, because he had to prove where the money came from. So eventually, he just beat the case because it was all done completely like illegally.
And do you know which room that was? Even if it's boarded up, can you point it out?
Yeah, his was upstairs. Yeah.
I kind of want to see what's inside this fridge.
I don't know if you want to open that, but it's on you.
Wait, can you stand there for a sec?
Yeah, I wouldn't open it. And this building hasn't, you see how disgusting it is? This building has not been emptied out for that long for it to look this way. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't, like, it hasn't been emptied out for like a year. Like, you would think it's been emptied out for a long time, and you know the way it looks, but it really hasn't. Like, it's been emptied out a few months maybe. Shit. Show me these bottles. Watch the nails in the board. Watch the nails.
I see you.
Yeah, and it was, yeah, like I said, it was mostly older people, and now all those people are displaced, you know?
So who came in?
And that's happening all over Overtown because they're either demolishing them to put something else that they can charge more rent for, you know, and it's the gentrification of Overtown. Like, there's gonna be no more Overtown, pretty much.
So just a few months ago, this was a building where people were just coming in and out, living their lives normally.
Yeah. It was a normal.
Aside from the
Actually, ironically enough, the people that lived here were very strict about people coming in and out of this building that didn't live here or that didn't belong here. You know, they actually like took good care of this building, you know, and like made sure, you know, random people weren't coming in and out of here, or like there wasn't, you know, drug use or.
But there was dealing though.
Yeah, but outside usually.
Okay.
You know,
so
like they would meet outside, you know, Yeah, and it wasn't even like the property managers or anything, like the actual residents like took it upon themselves to like, you know, they wouldn't let people in even if they said they were visiting somebody, you know, like they were protective of this building, you know, and I don't know.
Do you know who kicked everyone out? Was the city?
No, it was the whoever manages the building.
So they, I guess, sold it.
I guess they sold the building, yeah. And
And that's been happening all over Overtown
right,
lately?
that's been happening all over the place, all over this area. Yeah.
You mentioned last night when we were talking about it, just like noticing a real rapid change.
Yeah, and it's not even like they have to remove the residents, because what they're doing is just raising the rent to a point that the residents can't afford. So instead of just even kicking them out or asking them to leave, you know, it's just a matter of not, you know, they're not able to keep paying the rent as they raise it. So they're forced to find somewhere else to go, you know, and because it's happening all over this area, it's not like they can just find another apartment that easily. They have to, you know, I guess either go through Section 8 or go to, you know, through some kind of government assistance, or a lot of people are moving towards like Liberty City area.
So the people that were renting here, are any of them homeless now because of that?
Yeah, they are. And because this was a rooming house, this was already a set rent that was very cheap, which is why a lot of people lived here. You know, it was like $600 a month or something. But you also have to consider that the bathrooms are shared, you know, like that kind of stuff. But
still, that's good for a lot of people.
But at the same time, like, you have to consider, if the people were living here in the first place, it was to pay a lower rent, which means like for them to find another apartment for that much is like impossible. You know what I'm saying? Because unless you find another rooming house type building that does the same sort of thing, you're gonna be paying $1,200 and upward anywhere you go, you know, like, or be homeless, or go to a shelter. Yeah, and the maintenance guy used to live in an apartment right outside this front door. You can't see it because I can't get out there. But
This is the door to the sidewalk, like to the front of the building?
Yeah, this is the front of the building, yeah. Technically. Let me see. Technically, but yeah, like I said, it was mostly older people. Like no young people really live here.
And now, are people coming in and out?
No, now it's boarded up to where people can't even access the building. But before they did that, people were coming in and out. Some people like got into certain units and like made it, you know, like their own kind of unit. I mean, their own kind of apartment. Yeah, and then, you know, a bunch of stuff was left behind too. You know, like I found, in this one guy I knew, in his unit I found a bunch of like his medications and a bunch of documents.
In one of the rooms here?
Yeah, in this guy I knew that stayed here, he actually has Asperger's. And he was one of the people that ended up homeless, actually, as a result of this. He had to wait about 2 months before he could, because he gets a check from the government, and it took him like 2 months to be able to put enough money together to find another place, you know? But yeah, like this is one of the bathrooms that they would share, the shower and everything, you know? Yeah. A couple years back, you know, aside from this building, all down this street, like 11th Street, there used to be tents, you know, on both sides of the street. And that's like where a lot of us lived, and like a lot of us, you know, hung out and lived out of tents.
That was Tent City.
Yeah. I mean, one of the multiple tent cities, but yeah. You know, and then they shut that down first, way before they shut this down. You know? Right.
Allyson,
Yeah.
they don't do all that shit in here now. Shooting up and all that shit.
Can I film in there for like 2 seconds? In that room?
You can shoot pictures, all that. If you wanna add to the pot, then you can do all that fancy shit. But you just wanna shoot the building.
Yeah, that's the
What's
last part
going
right
on? That's good. But if you wanna make a movie, that's different.
there. Well, one day I do, but not tonight.
Okay, if you wanna make a movie, that's a whole different ball, man. You wanna make a
Yeah. Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Sharon.
You
Yes.
telling me they don't fix shit, and this what you live in for your rent. They don't do
He's
shit
telling you
for.
about how when they lived here, yeah.
They're showing this for poor people and how they do people, man. Put that on them. You know, they ain't giving them what their money worth. These landlords ain't shit. Some shit like that.
So you were a resident here and they kicked you out? They just shut down the building?
The police kicked me out. When they came in there, they kicked me out, not the people. But
Overtown's changing, huh?
tremendous. It's for the rich people.
Yeah.
People like you.
I'm not rich. I'm not rich. Maybe one day.
He said people like you.
And he said it's serious as well.
I'm not-
It's made for you.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
Yeah, look at him. He's blushing.
See, you got a lot of problems. Money ain't one of them. You got too much money.
You
Never
gotta use
enough.
it for.
I got problems with no money. So
Thanks for letting me film in here.
that's it.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
We already did downstairs.
He's probably just gonna do some of the
You
stuff
let 'em know-
outside.
You let them know how they doing poor people.
Oh, I did, and I was telling him, I didn't say who, but I said one of the residents, you know, when the police tried to get him, they unlawfully went in his pockets and everything to get the keys and did all that
Tell
stuff.
them they don't fix nothing.
Yeah, they don't fix it.
Yeah, is there more you want to say about that? Or is there more you want to say
I
about
was
that?
telling him about the roaches, like the palmetto
Yeah, they
bugs.
don't fix nothing, and if you complain, your ass is out of here.
Not to mention, but the dude that got thrown out, he was court ordered to burn it until he had a new place, like 2 to 3 weeks. They threw his shit out and burned the whole
You
place.
let them know what they doing for.
See, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, that shit outside, that's Moose's stuff.
Oh, yeah. I was telling him about moose, yeah.
So now a lot of people are homeless now because they just kicked him out.
Because they kick them out, and they can't afford to rent them, and they can't complain about nothing.
Right.
Landlords got the power, they do what they want.
Who? Allyson?
I'll definitely keep that in there.
Yeah. There's too much power for landlords.
Huh?
Why are you getting that?
You didn't see him? Look. Look at him. It's a vodka.
Oh, old school one?
It says Thug Life.
Yeah, what's that, man? God damn, now. Yeah. What? Come on now, because they gonna make me know when we answer the door. I'm tired of them jumping in the door.
Alright, you ready?
What? John. I can't hear you. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing.
Can you hold this so I can open this bag and throw it in?
Ain't nothing right now.
I'm just gonna turn the camera around for a second.
Yeah. See that right there, that grumpy side of him? That's what I was avoiding the whole time. Like, that's why I wanted you to do the inside before you started filming outside.
Yeah.
Because I knew that he was going to start acting like that eventually.
Well, it seemed like he had some stuff he wanted to say.